A drama-filled weekend for the WNBA. We were talking about this at the end of last hour with what happened on Saturday. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
Imagine breaking a league record, only to be met with boos and jeers instead of applause. That's exactly what happened to Caitlin Clark when she shattered Alyssa Thomas' single-season assist record. But here's the twist. It only made her stronger. Want to know how Clark turned the hate into fuel for her WNBA domination?
Angel Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark, but a member of the Chicago Sky, the national title winner at LSU, and she talked about where all this attention started with her and Caitlin Clark.
Let's talk about that monumental moment. On September 14th, 2024, Clark recorded her 321st assist of the season, surpassing Thomas' record. But instead of celebration, she faced a wave of criticism. Can you believe it? A young star achieving greatness, yet some people just couldn't handle it.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
This wasn't just about one record. It was about a rookie shaking up the entire WNBA. Veteran players and commentators felt threatened by this 22-year-old phenom. But how did Clark respond? Did she crack under pressure or rise above it? Stay tuned, because a reaction to adversity is about to blow your mind.
The Indiana Fever made the playoffs. They didn't play last night, but thanks to Las Vegas with a win over Chicago and Phoenix with a win over Atlanta, the Indiana Fever have their first playoff berth since 2016. 2 years ago, their home attendance was 1,800 fans. Their average this year, home attendance, is 17,000. That's almost 10 times. And, of course, the big difference is Caitlin Clark.
You'd think breaking records would earn universal praise, but not for Caitlin Clark. As her star power grew, so did the chorus of critics. But what made WNBA veterans and commentators so uneasy about a 22-year-old newcomer? The answer lies in a mix of skepticism, jealousy, and fear of change that's shaking up the entire league.
Sheryl Swoopes, and how she has been a certified Caitlin Clark hater for about a year now. Up until now, she has not been able to say anything nice about Caitlin Clark, nor has she been able to even speak her name. So for this specific game against the Fever, they replaced her with another WNBA legend, Nancy Lieberman.
Let's start with Sheryl Swoopes, a WNBA legend who didn't hold back when it came to Clark's potential. Swoopes questioned whether Clark's star would translate to the league, even avoiding mentioning her name in a podcast discussion about top players. It's a clear sign that Clark's impact is making serious waves.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan.
It's been a good season.
They cannot have fucked this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried.
But it's not just the veterans feeling the heat. On the court, players like Angel Reese have taken their frustrations to another level. Reese's behavior toward Clark has been labeled unsportsmanlike, with taunting and trash talk becoming a regular sight during games. It's as if Clark's very presence triggers a defensive response from her peers.
Reese made it clear that fans are watching women's basketball not because of, quote, one player, but because of her as well.
But I think Angel Reese is jealous of Caitlin Clark. She thinks she's, the reason why this is all happening here.
Off the court, commentators and analysts are fueling the fire. Molly Karam argued that other players deserve equal recognition, saying, the spotlight goes to the best, and right now, that's Clark. It's a statement that perfectly captures the tension between Clark's undeniable talent and the desire for a more balanced narrative in the league.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Then there's Skip Bayless, whose comments on Clark have been widely dismissed as outdated and irrelevant. Some believe he's simply trying to stay relevant by opposing her success. But here's the thing. Even attempts to downplay Clark's impact only highlight just how significant she's become.
The bottom line is, since Caitlin Clark is the one here now, ride the wave. Rising tide lifts all boats, as they say. And that was the argument that I was making. It says fair is a place where they judge pigs. It doesn't exist. It's not about fairness. It's about reality. The reality is that the max contract in the WNBA at this particular moment in time is $250,000 to a player. Caitlin Clark is already committed to $28 million in endorsement.
So, what's really going on here? Why do so many established figures in women's basketball seem threatened by rookie success? It all boils down to a fear of change and the discomfort of seeing the game evolve right before their eyes. Clark isn't just great. She's redefining what's possible in women's basketball. Her playing style, her ability to draw crowds, and her impact on the game's popularity are unprecedented. For players who've spent years building their legacies, this rapid shift can feel like a challenge to their relevance.
Caitlin Clark was going to get eyeballs whether she played against Angel Reese in LSU or not, because we had not seen anything like this before. Her style of play.
The intense scrutiny and criticism Caitlin Clark faces aren't just about her performance on the court. They are a reflection of the larger changes she represents for the WNBA. She's attracting new fans, increasing media attention, and paving the way for bigger contracts in the league. For some, this progress is thrilling. For others, it's unsettling.
At least. Look at the wave that she's created. Look at the profile that it has granted the WNBA. Look at the record ratings they've produced because of her arrival. Once upon a time, they were watching about their audience in Indiana for Indiana Fever games was at about 4,000. Now it's at about 16 to 17,000. The ratings for the WNBA draft was 2.446 million.
One thing is clear. Clark's presence in the WNBA isn't just changing the game. It's reshaping the entire landscape of women's basketball. The backlash she faces is, in many ways, proof of just how massive her impact truly is. Intro 12. While others talked, Clark focused on one thing, dominating on the court. Her response to the criticism? A series of record-breaking performances that had fans and critics alike asking, is she the most impactful rookie the WNBA has ever seen?
She is clearly not the draw and not the type of player that Clark is. She's a good college, very good college player and a good WNBA player. But that incident in college at LSU, Iowa, took that sport and broke it out. And we spent the entire offseason talking about, can we get a rematch of these two? It set up the senior year for Clark. Now, she is not the star player in this play, Reese, but she has a big element in the past year and a half of basketball.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, she played the role of villain.
Clark's answer came in the form of jaw-dropping stats and game-changing performances. Take her matchup against the Phoenix Mercury, for example. She put up an impressive 32 points and dished out 10 assists, proving she could thrive under pressure. This wasn't just another great game, it was a statement.
The doubleheader that opened the season generated over 1.5 million viewers, which was more than the WNBA had accumulated in more than 2 decades. You have all of this stuff going on. Understand, Caitlin Clark is different. We ain't talking about fairness. We're talking about business.
But Clark wasn't done making headlines. She went on to break Maya Moore's record for consecutive games scoring 30 or more points. Think about that. A rookie surpassing one of the greatest players in WNBA history. That's the kind of achievement that makes you sit up and take notice.
And when Angel Reese comes out and says, she ain't the only one everybody's watching, they're watching me too, they're watching others, a day later she gets ejected.
But it was personal with her. I don't think it was personal with Caitlin Clark, but it was with Angel Reese. She was clearly bothered by Caitlin Clark and the attention.
And if you thought Clark's dominance was limited to the regular season, think again. On September 10th, 2024, she proved she could deliver in clutch moments. With a game on the line against the Las Vegas Aces, Clark sank a game-winning shot that sent shockwaves through the league. It wasn't just about the 2 points. It was about proving she could rise to the occasion when it mattered most.
People aren't tuning in to watch Angel Reese play basketball. Angel Reese against Caitlin Clark, then they'll watch that. I mean, I love having a rivalry. I said that yesterday. We don't have enough rivalries.
But perhaps the most mind-blowing stat of all, Clark became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 1,000 career assists, achieving this milestone in just 75 games. Let that sink in. In less than 2 full seasons, she has already carved a name into the WNBA record book.
Now, the WNBA has a rival. When Chicago and Indiana play, you'll watch. Like, what are the rivalries in the NBA? Where you go, golly, they don't like each other. What is it?
Load management and the fans.
Yeah, that's the rivalry. There's no, the way it used to be with Philly and the Celtics, or Celtics and the Lakers, or the Knicks against the Celtics. I mean, what is your rivalry? There is none. And I do appreciate a good rivalry.
What's truly remarkable about Clark's response to criticism is her unwavering focus. Instead of getting caught up in the drama or letting negativity shake her confidence, she funneled all that energy into improving her game. Every assist, every three-pointer, every game-winning shot, each one was a silent yet powerful rebuttal to her critics.
Apparently, all the accolades that Caitlin Clark is receiving is because she's white, and the jealous players who are attacking her are really the real victims here.
As the season progressed, one thing became clear. Clark wasn't just living up to the hype. She was surpassing it. Her ability to perform at an elite level despite constant scrutiny was setting a new standard in the WNBA. Rookies were no longer just expected to show potential. They were expected to compete at the highest level from day one.
A drama-filled weekend for the WNBA. We were talking about this at the end of last hour with what happened on Saturday with Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark is going to get eyeballs, going to get clicked.
Tensions on the court were undeniable. Caitlin Clark, visibly frustrated, had an exchange with Kay Carter, leading to a heated moment between them. She hadn't played well in the previous game, scoring just 3 points, and exhaustion was catching up with her. But here's the thing. While fans saw Clark as a face of women's basketball, her opponents weren't treating her like a superstar. They saw her as just another competitor, and they weren't going to make it easy for her.
The B word there. And I think Caitlin Clark had said something similar to Kennedy Carter the previous time down the floor. So there's back and forth. Caitlin Clark is frustrated. She has not played well. Didn't play well yesterday, had 3 points. She's clearly exhausted with this schedule that they have and the frustration level. And, these women on these other teams, they don't care. They're not like us as we look at Caitlin Clark like, oh, she's the darling of college basketball.
Intro 19. As Clark's star continued to rise, a curious shift began to take place within the WNBA itself. Could one player's resilience and success actually be transforming the very league that initially resisted her? The answer is a resounding yes. That Clark's impact on the WNBA has been nothing short of revolutionary, drawing unprecedented attention and viewership to the league. Let's talk numbers. Since her debut, WNBA ratings have skyrocketed. Games featuring Clark consistently pull in record-breaking audiences, with some even outperforming NBA games in viewership. This surge in popularity isn't just good for Clark, it's elevating the entire league.
You got to earn it here. You don't walk in and expect to be great, because we're not going to let you be great. And yes, are they physical? Yes. But I can guarantee you can talk to players, WNBA players, NBA players. Welcome to the league. That's why we talk about what was your welcome to the league moment. I bring it up all the time.
But Clark's impact isn't just about viewership. Her style of play is inspiring a new generation of athletes. Across the country, young girls are picking up basketballs, dreaming of becoming the next Caitlin Clark. This influx of fresh talent could reshape the future of women's basketball, potentially elevating the overall level of play in the WNBA for years to come. What's even more interesting? Some of Clark's biggest early critics have changed their stance. Remember Cheryl Swoops, the Hall of Famer who once doubted Clark's ability to thrive in the league? After witnessing her record-breaking performances, even Swoops has publicly admitted she misjudged her. It's proof of Clark's undeniable influence on the game.
Reputation's coming in, and we want to see what you got. But it's the coverage that is what drives this. Because normally, if this happened to Diana Taurasi, there's not coverage of that. Not like that. But you go back to when these players, there was no social media. Now, everything is a social media moment here. Everybody's got to have an opinion on this. Race is playing a role in this in some circles on social media. Oh, should she get preferential treatment? She does get.
Clark's journey is more than just a story of basketball success. It's a lesson in resilience. Instead of letting criticism break her, she used it as fuel to push even harder. Her ability to transform doubt into motivation is a testament to her mindset. proving that adversity can be the key to greatness. And this lesson extends far beyond the court.
This girl is incredible. What she did in college for women's basketball, what she's doing in the WNBA.
She turned the Fever, were 1-8. They have a winning record now.
But the number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness.
The ripple effects of Clark's success are being felt throughout women's sports. Her popularity has ignited conversations about equal pay and media coverage for female athletes. Sponsors are paying attention to. Clark has landed major endorsement deals that were once unheard of for WNBA rookies. But this isn't just about her. Increased financial investment in the league means better resources, bigger opportunities, and a brighter future for all players. Caitlin Clark isn't just making history. She's changing the game.